Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the Start 11 prediction show. It is the first game at Anfield. It's the 12:30 kickoff. It's Liverpool versus Burnley. It's retribution, revenge, whatever you want to call it. They ended our unbeaten home record from 2017 to last season. We want our revenge on Burnley. They put us into a bit of a spiral at home last season. We want to forget all about it. We've come out the blocks. We played well against Norwich. Now it's time for Burnley. We want to make Anfield an absolute fortress once again. I am here, as I always am, each and every game week to try and predict Jurgen Klopp's starting 11 for this one. Before I get into it, big thank you to Decorators Forum UK, who's joined as a first team. You get to use the emotes and stuff in the comments, so spam a YNWA using emotes into the comments. Now, if you want to join, there's a join button underneath. If you want to support the show even more and get more for it, get over to our streaming service, theredmentv.com. You can pay £5 a month or you can pay £10 a month, and you will get loads of extra in-depth content each and every single week. Anyway, I'm going to start with the goalkeeper, and the man that's going to start in goal is quite simply Alisson Becker. What a triple save it was last time out against Norwich. Had nothing to do, had loads to do in about 30 seconds, did it all. Big bear claws, absolutely everything. Left back, Robertson's still out, so Kostas Tsimikas will start at left back in this game, unless he decides, Kostas looked a little bit tired, he's got a little few too many bags under his eyes, and sticks James Milner in there. I can't imagine that would be the case. Not at home, not against Burnley. Don't worry about them. We go out, we play well, we win this game. It's that simple. Virgil van Dijk will start alongside him, I think, because obviously there's concerns over Virgil's fitness and coming back from that long-term injury and stuff. I can't imagine he'd have a 2-week break from Norwich to Chelsea, so he plays in this one. Joel Matip, I expect him to partner him again unless there's some mad injury, like he falls down a crack when he's walking down the street or a grid or something like that between now and the game against Burnley at 12:30 on Saturday. So he will start, and then the man, the legend, the man, the scouser that he is, Trent Alexander-Arnold, will round off the back five. It played well against Norwich. I'm excited to see how Tsimikas does again. Don't want him to tire like he did last time out against Norwich, but I was encouraged by his movements up and down the pitch, his defending of the back post, everything he did really well. In the six, I'm going to go with Fabinho. I've flip-flopped on the midfield in this game so many times, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll put the rest of the midfield out. I'm going to stick with Naby Keita. I'm going to throw the captain, Jordan Henderson, in there. Obviously, last time out, it was Milner, it was Keita, it was Ox. So 2 changes for the midfield. One of the reasons that I think Fabinho's certainly going to come back in, and a lot of my sort of thinking on this team is with Chelsea in mind in a week's time, is I want to get him 90 minutes under his belt, but also the height that Burnley possess. I think having Fabinho, having Van Dijk, having Matip, 3 tall lads, a little bit of extra height with Jordan Henderson, something Sam mentioned on the build-up show, definitely a good idea there. I want somebody there who can press high up the pitch like we saw Naby doing second half, certainly against Norwich. So that's why I think Milner won't be in there. The other thing, I kind of have thought about this quite a lot, and I keep going back and forth because I can see the merits of putting Thiago in here instead of Jordan. Now, it depends who's ready to step up, I think. I'm picking Jordan because I think he's better than Thiago. It's not that I'm picking Keita because I think he's better than Thiago. I'm just sort of managing these 2 lads. Henderson, obviously, big injury before the Euros, comes back, wasn't at full strength. If he was at full strength, he'd have been playing every game for England. They might have actually won that tournament had Jordan started in the final. Same with Thiago. We know he wasn't able to sprint during the Euros for Spain, which is why he wasn't as big a feature of the side as he probably should have been. 20 minutes here and there. He came out after the Euros, didn't he, and said, like, look, I can't run at 100%, you know, finding some things difficult. So it's managing Henderson and Thiago, because you don't want to put them both back in and then lose one of them because of that. And then it's a toss-up with Keita or Ox. I thought Keita played better than Ox. Keita keeps his place. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Milner started. You know, certainly if maybe Thiago starts, maybe Milner in there for his leadership skills. But if the captain's coming back in, is there a place for Milner? I'm not 100% sure. Sadio Mane is going to play on the left-hand side, I think. Mo Salah is going to start over on the right-hand side where he always does. And then I'm going to go and change it up from the weekend against Norwich. I'm going to go Bobby Firmino in against Jota, because I think Bobby Firmino against Chelsea, Jorginho, thinking about that, he needs 90 minutes under his belt, 60, 70 certainly, rather than the 30 minutes. I also think Henderson and Thiago are probably both ready for that 90 minutes after getting 80 and that behind closed doors, Aston Villa friendly. So that's the team. We'll talk a little bit about Jota and stuff later. We've obviously got the goalkeeper sub, Caoimhin Kelleher. I've gone with Joe Gomez James Milner and Canate on the bench with Thiago as well. Then gone Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Harvey Elliott, Takumi Minamino and Diogo Jota. Now we're thinking on the bench here is goalkeeper, you need a goalkeeper, sad. Joe Gomez can play left and right back. James Milner can play left and right back. And DM, obviously, and the 8, obviously. Canate, you straight up, if you need a centre-half, probably a little bit fitter than Joe Gomez. He's a break glass solution at left back if Milner's already on or something like that. Thiago, we know what he's about. We know what he's about. Harvey Elliott, in case you're in that position in the game where you maybe 2-3-0 goals up, 2-3-0 up, and then you want to bring a young lad on to give him some minutes, get him some experience with the good players and stuff like that. Taki rather than Divock Origi, give you a bit more options. I think if you need a sub up front, you've got a sub in Jota, who can play in any of the 3. But also if it's Origi, it's probably just that position, maybe that position at a stretch, although I know he's played that loads. I'm not particularly enamoured with Origi in that position. So Minamino's obviously got that midfield sort of experience as well. So, and I don't really know where Kurt Jones is up to be honest with you. If Kurt Jones is ready to go, get him on the bench, certainly. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure where we are up to with Kurt. I'm going to get into the comments section now, of course. We do this every single week. If you watch the Starting 11 prediction show for the last however many years we've been doing this one, then you'll know we jump into the comments. It's done live. But before we do that, we've got a cracking little video on the redmentv.com. I mentioned the streaming service a little bit earlier on. I want you to take a look at this. It's for our streaming service subscribers, and yeah, it's as long as, you know, as well as the Final Word show, the Reds News Roundup show, the Around the League show, the Transfer Insight Extra, and all the documentaries, the Jordan Henderson documentary and everything else, we do these types of things as well. So this is just a little, what's new at Anfield? What can you expect to see when you return at Anfield? Have a little look at this.
Hey, welcome to the redmentv.com for a little extra video for you guys. Fans are going to be back at full capacity at Anfield for the first time since the ill-fated Atletico Madrid game. Liverpool, Burnley. We've been invited inside Anfield for something separate, but I thought what we'd do is have a little look. There's a couple of key things that have changed inside the ground where I thought you guys would find quite interesting, so let's have a little look at them. The first of which is rail seating on the Kop.
So there you go, nice little sort of behind the scenes type of video for all the new changes and stuff. Obviously that's part of a much bigger thing over on our streaming service, the redmentv.com. Go over, show your support, get signs up and receive amazing content in return. Comment section now then. Okay, Robbo back after international break, says Chandra Mentor. As far as I'm aware, that's the case. We've obviously seen him running. What I really liked about that is obviously he's running and there's the logo. Is it the AXA branding or No You Can or something like that? Just in the background and Robbo running, like, my word, how long has he been out for? Not long, and he's running already. And it was a nice synergy, wasn't there, with the branding there. Simon Wraith says, Chris, I'd be tempted to have Hendo, Fab and Bobby in midfield with Jota, Mane and Salah. Simon, this is one of those things, and it's really interesting because loads of people bring this up, and I can't say I agree, but I don't think it's a stupid shout either. I can totally understand why you'd want to see something like that, Simon. I think, let's go. All right, Hendo, Fab and Bobby. Okay, Hendo, Fab, and I'm assuming Bobby in the 6 there with Diogo Jota. I mean, can this lad play the 10? Yeah, he can play the 10. Can this lad play the 9? Yeah, he can play the 9. These lads do what they do. They're going to score goals regardless. Brilliant. And Henderson and Fabinho both have played the 6 individually. Both have played the 6 as part of a 2. This is something that they can do. What I'm thinking here, and again, this might be what Jurgen's got planned for home this season. Get a 4th lad on, make these games easy, score some goals. But I just think, and I've always said this, and I love the 4-2-3-1 formation as well, by the way, Simon, I really do, and it's something that I'd like maybe to see, but until Jurgen does it, and we see him do it time and time again, I'm never going to sit here and predict that that's what Jurgen's going to do. I can see the merit of this, absolutely. I think we score more goals. I think Burnley at home, do you really need 3 men in midfield? But Jurgen really does seem to like, and I understand why, it's won him a league title, it's won him a European Cup, this 3-man midfield. where each and every one of these lads gets to bomb forward. This lad's cover sideline to sideline. These lads flesh it out by going forwards, getting those crosses in. So it's such an incredible system that Jurgen's got. And there's such a fine line. We've seen what happens when you bring a lad in. Shaqiri's a good example of this one, who can play midfield, has got the skill set to do it, maybe doesn't understand the system anywhere near as well. We struggle more because it's almost like, and I've used this analogy a few times over the years. I used to play tennis doubles. Used to play tennis a lot, quite decent level, wasn't tall enough to do the big saves. Simple as. But in doubles, I could do it. I had a good shot, blah, blah, blah. You're on a piece of string. If he moves right, you move right. If they move left, you move left. And that's what this midfield is like. Keita rolls over there. Fabinho goes over there. Henderson's on the halfway line. You're pinning somebody over. There's a sort of organic, imperceptible sort of bond between the midfielders. That player does that. I do that. And it's not to say that they can't get to that level in the 4-2-3-1, but they're rusty, they don't understand it. They might know it, and there's a difference between knowledge and understanding, isn't there? With knowledge, it's me reading something. No, I understand. I know that. I've read that. I can do that. Understanding is showing that you do it on the football field. That's what we've got with that 4-3-3. We've got the knowledge of the 4-2-3-1. We may not have the understanding that we have with the 4-3-3. Well, that went into quite a bit of a thing. I wasn't expecting that, but anyway, that's what happens when you just talk without thinking, Chris. Thank you very much for the comments, Simon. I appreciate that. Ashton Bryant says Gomez to come on for Chimikas. That's an interesting one as well, isn't it? I mean, Gomez probably does need some minutes and stuff. He's going to get them soon when Matip gets injured, or Canate comes in for Matip, whoever. Milner could play that left back as well, of course. And maybe that's something that Jurgen would do if Kostas looked a little bit tired towards the end of the Norwich game. Maybe bring him on for the last 20, steal it up, and stuff like that. It's been a long time since Gomez played that left back position. The last time I remember, I think we got hammered by West Ham, no pun intended there, when Gomez was playing left back. Was it 3-1, something like that at Anfield? I can't remember. It was a few years ago now, and I didn't really like that. DD, midfield, Fab, Keita, Ox, Hendo and Thiago, second half, Fab, Keita, Ox. Okay, that makes perfect sense to me. Fab, Keita, and where's Ox there? Yeah, I mean, look, I think Keita certainly did really well at the weekend. You know, it wasn't a 8, 9, 10 out of 10 performance, but it was 7. Ox probably more 6 or 7 out of 10. I can't remember replay ratings, to be honest with you. Milner did a decent enough job. With Fabinho there, Keita looked better when Milner was alongside him. We were pressing higher further up the pitch and stuff like that. I could understand that, like, but then, again, for me, it's Chelsea on the horizon. I mean, are you going into Chelsea with Ox and Keita? Probably not. So you need to get what your midfield is against Chelsea is probably at least your midfield in this game, maybe. And that's, again, a bit of a toss-up between whether you want Jordan Henderson and Thiago. Listen, we've not talked about Thiago, Henderson, Fabinho, which I think it's fair to say that the majority of Liverpool fans before the season, myself included, think that's going to be our best midfield three. And so maybe, if they both played 80 minutes, maybe we do see that. Bit of a change, though, from the weekend, isn't it? I mean, changing your entire midfield setup, because it was Milner, it was Ox, it was Keita. I don't know. I mean, listen, we've got to build for a big game. Well, first of all, you've got to beat Burnley, but then you've also got to think about Chelsea as well. Where's Shaqiri? Why is he not on squad? Come on, man. Imagine Matip plays 50 games this season, LS 15. I would love it if Joel Matip could play 50 games this season, because have you seen the stats? Was it like 1 in 44 or something that we've lost when he started? I mean, it's absolutely mental. Thoughts on Kelleher's future, Stephen Chapman? That's an interesting one. I think there's a point when you're a young goalkeeper. I'll bring him down so we can talk about him. Maybe put him over there. He's not playing in this game at all, but you know, nice to have him on the board and rather than just that position which he's made his own. Fair play to him. Done a good job there. I think he's got the talent. I love the fact that he's a little bit two-footed. I love how calm he is on the football. I love how good of a shot stopper he is. Maybe not quite as commanding yet as Alisson. Obviously doesn't have the experience. That's the big thing, isn't it? So there's a point in Kelleher's career where he's going to need that experience. Alisson ain't going anywhere, man. He's just not. He's just signed a new deal, all that type of stuff. What is he comfortable with? Does he want to stay at Liverpool and just be a second choice goalkeeper? Brilliant, we'll keep you if he does. Is there a point where he goes out on loan? Well, Adrian's the other goalkeeper, so not this season. Get another one in, maybe. I think we're going to see over the next 3 years what's going to happen with Kelleher. And it's a suck it and see thing with him, isn't it? I mean, he's probably going to want to be a first choice goalkeeper. He's probably got the skill set to become a first choice goalkeeper. Is he willing to wait round? Alisson's had his injuries, to be fair. He may get a good opportunity at some point in the next couple of years if Alisson picks up an injury. Fingers crossed he doesn't. Michael McGuinness, a member for 14 months. Wow, he's got the white badge on the black background. You are so close to the last membership badge, mate. Going on Saturday, can't wait. Hope to see you, Chris. Says Michael McGuinness. Thank you very much for that one, mate. If you do see me, give me a little nod and stuff like that. I'm in the main stand on Saturday, so I'll be having a pint beforehand. Kelleher's a Premier League goalkeeper. We've been crying out for a decent backup for years, says Mikey Garner. We can't let him go for the sake of it. Completely agree. But Jurgen Klopp, as I've always said, is a humanist first and foremost and won't stand in the way of people who want to go and play football. Unfortunately, that could be at the detriment of Liverpool Football Club. I hope it's not, though. Leo Solly Russell says, Canate in for Virgil. No shouts for Canate today. Again, like, I want to see Canate, and I want to see him with my own two eyes. I want to see him in the stadium. I want to see how he does it in front of 54,000, 55,000 Liverpool fans and stuff like that. I don't want Virgil to have 2 weeks off. I don't want him going Norwich to Chelsea. Now you can put 20 minutes, 30 minutes into his legs at the end of the game. Brilliant. But I think personally, with having Lukaku next week, with having the big Burnley forwards there, we know what Woods is like and stuff like that, having him come up against a physical striker who's going to not test you in the same way as Lukaku, because Lukaku's physical, but he wants to run in behind you. But just put that body under a little bit of stress. Big lad, give him an elbow. Virgil van Dijk knows how his body feels. Been a while since he's had that sort of rough and tumble football that he's had to. It's been a while, so let's just see how he reacts. And I think the more things he can just tick off, right, big striker, fast striker, lovely runs, all that type of stuff, just keep ticking them off, and Virgil will be fine. I don't think, as I mentioned on the build-up show, don't think he's going to be playing every game Liverpool play this season. I think when we do see 2 games a week, Virgil will start to rotate out certainly some of the early Champions League games and stuff like that. The group allows it, maybe something like that. Taki or Harvey Elliott to start for the first 45, maybe, says Tyler Bailey. I can't imagine it with first 45. I can definitely imagine it if we've got sort of 30 left and you're 2 goals up. Taki's an interesting one for me because, you know, decent little pre-season for Taki under his belt. Obviously had that loan spell at Southampton and stuff like that. But when you've got Salah, Firmino, Mane and Jota, he's not getting near the first team, is he? But then you've also got to sort of plan, what do you want to do in the Cups this season? You've got a big squad, and quite frankly, you like Reece Williams, Nat Phillips so far, Divock Origi, should he stay around, Harvey Elliott. You'd imagine when Thiago and Henderson are fully fit, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain might not be getting those minutes. Obviously, Minamino, we've spoken about Canate, even if Matip and Van Dijk stay fit. You've got to get them minutes sometime. You can't just put them into a Capital One Cup or League Cup or whatever, Carabao Cup, whatever it's called, stone cold after they've had a pre-season, played loads of games, stopped playing football for 6 weeks. So you do need to give them stuff like that. CP says, can I buy a membership for 1 year? I mean, I want to pay yearly rather than monthly. Is this for the YouTube? No, I don't think you can. You can do on the streaming service, though, redmentv.com. You can pay for a year, get into our Discord group. We're always in there chatting to all of our Club Legend subscribers. That's on the higher tier. It's bossed out. It's a really cool place. The Discord, as every Club Legend always says to me, mate, I come here for the content, but the Discord is what binds us all together. So yeah, you can go over and sign up yearly for that one, and I strongly suggest that you do, because we get more money from that than we do from YouTube, who take a big percentage. Probably not meant to say that anyway. John Cale, Fab, Kate and Thiago is such a naughty midfield. Couldn't have said that better myself, and haven't. Elliot can play the second half. You mean because he be having fresh legs while the other defenders would be quite exhausted? Completely agree, says HC. Anthony Young would love to see Canate start look boss in pre-season. Did, yeah, absolutely. I want to see Taki in the second half, says Bartomix. 9. I would start Jota, Firmino and Salah. That's a good shout, that. I was thinking on that when we put the things up. About, I wonder whether we'd see something slightly different, but I can't imagine that he'd rest Mane this early on in the season. But yeah, you could play Jota or Firmino over on that left-hand side. You could play Mane on the right-hand side and Salah through the middle. But it's an interesting shout. Good shout there, mate. Thank you very much. So there you go. That has been... Oh, one more. Chris, we need their Cout back again if we want to win trophies. I mean, he looks better than he did when we signed him, doesn't he, to be fair to Big Dirk? Dirk Alicious, the man, the legend, the Dutchman extraordinaire. Anyway, that has been the Starting 11 prediction show. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate everyone who's joined as a member or just chatted in the comments. Like the video, of course, but do go and check out the redmentv.com. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.
Hey everyone, our brand new book has landed. Hendo, 10 Years a Red, premium collector's edition, the definitive Jordan Henderson collection in A4 size, 200 pages, full colour, incredible insight, in-depth knowledge and the stories of his rise from a young boy in Sunderland all the way through their academy to the Premier League, taking the captain's armband, becoming the captain and leading Liverpool to be champions of everything and beyond as well. It's got his greatest moments season on season, some incredible, unique, phenomenal custom artwork from some of the best Liverpool artists on the scene, incredible high definition photos of his best moments as well. It is an incredible Jordan Henderson collection and it fits right in your hands just about. It is a behemoth of a book. It is incredible and it is available right now. You can get it and you can learn more about the Liverpool skipper from the people who are closest to him on that journey, friends, family, coaches, players and managers. Yes, it is Hendo, 10 Years of Red, and it is available right now on redmenmerch.com. Get involved.